Hi there. Oh, I think the game's sound is off. Give me a second. And it's fixed now. This happened because whenever I'm farming off stream, I usually turn the game's audio off so I can listen to something else. Back to the plot where we had to head back to Misono's house. Now that I'm back at the present, that is 8 years in the future slash 8 years after the last sequence just happened. And I feel this is the point where the plot is really... the timeline is going to start to get confusing because I ended up back in the present after beating Tyramon, and it's not clear whether doing that cancelled out the invasion that happened 8 years ago, or if it actually happened and, as the game said, I made things worse in the timeline. What is conspicuous is that if the invasion did happen 8 years ago, then it seems like the Titans didn't succeed in destroying the world, let alone they didn't even destroy the city block, because it looks exactly the same as in the past. Or maybe this is just a different timeline entirely. You'll never know with a time travel plot. Starting to get messy, that's for sure. Hi there, Kira. Why is she living here? Did your dad adopt Hiroko or something to fill the void after Inori disappeared? You're like that guy with the shield. Is that a Digimon saw before? I don't remember one of his shield.
家ってつもりもないと思う。もし万が一行方不明だったあんたが戻ってきた時のため、それだけのために残しているみたい。私に管理を任せるって言ったっきりでね。そうなんだ。もしかして出ずっぱりで調べてるのかな。でしょうね。あんたがいなくなった原因を。あの時は不思議な事件が連続したし、西新宿で爆発騒ぎがあったのよ。で、爆心地のあたりからデジモンが湧き出したの。
So it did happen, just didn't...
政府も隠しきれないくらい。
seemingly didn't make much of a difference in the city.
デジモンの存在は一般人にも認知された。
つまり君がいた世界ではデジモンは有名じゃなかったってこと？
でもそれってこうも言えるよね。未来は変えられるって。ねえヒロコ、他にはどういう変化があったの？西新宿の方に大きな壁が見えたでしょ。あれがデジモン特区の象徴。
The Digimon District.
デジモン特区って
隔離された場所というべきかもね。
An isolation zone. It sounds like the name of a huge Digimon merch store.
デジモンを一箇所に押し込めるための。
僕をジロジロ見ていた人たちは
希望の壁から逃げ出したデジモンだと思ったんじゃない？ D サットに通報されたら問答無用で捕まって特攻送りだろうから。対デジモン機動部隊 D サットはデジモンに厳しくてとにかく武力制圧。
Anti-Digimon task force, so yes, that's what I was just about to get at, where Digimon are basically treated like kaiju now. They're just not all giant, but it's the same principle of they're big monsters who destroy the city. Which Digimon has stuck to this for a while, I feel. Cybersolve also had this. And I don't really know how to feel about it. I like more when they're depicted as like computer programs, where they can't just show up in the real world and start destroying buildings, but they can screw with computers and such.
何それ？法案から派生した組織って話なんだけど。はいはい。一旦こっちの話はお
District
しまい。
99, never heard of that one.
あなたたち8年も何してたの？そっちの方がよっぽど重要よ。晩ご飯作ってあげるから。食べながら全部
There is a game series called EDF Earth Defense Force where you fight an army of giant bugs invading the Earth and you are the Earth Defense Force. That's basically the same thing, but with Digimon.
そうだね。全部話すよ。いろんなことがあったから。
Though, to be fair, ever since the first Digimon movie, Digimon have been able to show up and affect the human world. It's just that I think this just leans a lot on the monster kaiju side, and we're seeing very little of them being like digital. They don't seem to be affecting electronic devices, computers, or anything like that. That tended to happen in the older Digimon media. And that you're out of time waking from his long slumber. That's totally a reference to Zelda Breath of the Wild. So when the Hiroko talked about the shield person before, that was probably another reference I didn't pick up. More than anything else, it's weird to imagine the world where everyone knows about Digimon. Inori should have watched Digimon Tamers. Like it happens on previous stuff, like the Abromon hacking the missile launchers of multiple countries. That's exactly what I was getting at. Our War game, that's the movie we were talking about, is probably one of my favorite depictions of how the Digimon world work. So can still have a Digimon destroy a city or the world. They just have means that don't involve actually physically showing up there. And it can feel a lot more threatening because they are not a physical presence you can just kill and get rid of. The Abromon in that movie is digital. He can travel across the network and multiply.
みのり
デジモンを確認。ドックへの収容を執行する。来てもらう。
やめてください。
君たち二人にも任意同行を求める。なぜ特区外でデジモンをかくまったのか。
Not that the Digimon district, if it was here, it would be basically Area 51, right? Probably even worse, because so many people would be trying to get into it and get pictures and everything.
デジモンをかばい立てしても 意味はないぞ。こいつらはすぐ人間に牙を向くから。
People would be trying to get in CD Lilithmon.
わかりました。抵抗なんてしませんから。私たちのこと覚えてないんですか？
そういえばどこかで見たような。
隊長さんは、クレミさんはどうしたんですか？
クレミ隊長知っているのか。8年前のあの日、デジモンどもが隊長を容赦なく襲った。あのせいで隊長はもう。全員を連行する。この場は撤収。急げよ。はっ。
But one thing that could potentially be interesting about this is if you kind of start treating Digimon as SCPs, where
なんだよあいつら。
this task force is trying to figure out how each of them working, how to can imprison each one of them without their wacky powers and all.
お久しぶりです。
誰ですか？
そうですよね。この格好じゃわからなくて当然です。
You look a lot different. Wow.
私は元公安隊員。覚えていませんか？あなたたちと何度かお話をしたことがあります。覚えていてくれて何よりです。改めて自己紹介を。白木アスナです。
でも元ってことは今は？
罪のないデジモンに危害を加える現体制を容認はできません。ここ最近特区外で捕捉されたデジモン
Oh, she did become a Digimon lover.
と書類上では処理されています。ですが私が調査したところによれば、一部のデジモンはこの地下ベースへ送られている。確証まではありませんが、被験体として扱っているのかと。
被験体って？
あなたたちに会ってもらいたい人がいます。実はその人物の依頼でここに来たのです。皆さんの脱出を支援します。ここからは私の指示に従ってください。あそこを見てください。
ひどい。
誰か来ます。こちらへ。
順調だ。デジモンという生命体については遠からずその特性を丸裸にできるだろう。
シモンズ博士の不在が全く
I
感
can
じら
bear
れません。
notice Dr. Simon's absence. What?
私は逃げるよ
How
うにやめ
convenient
た
that you
や
mentioned
つとは
that
違う。
she's
仕事はきっちり
missing.
とこなすさ。
ここからは脱出を優先しましょう。行きますよ。
Oh, it's a gameplay segment. With that camera angle, it felt a lot like Cyber's Loop for a second. And you know, till this one I didn't actually realize how this game never uses the fixed camera angles that Cyber's Loop used to have. The camera is always behind the character in this one. Oh, this looks a lot like the giant thing that attacks in the start of the game. I can't digi-attack this. What am I supposed to digi-attack? The game's pointing to this, but there's nothing to interact with. Oh, dive flying upwards. Okay.
監視カメラの類もまだ配置されていませんし、保証の巡回ルートからも外れているので安全なはずです。それと
やあ、久しぶりだ
Oh,
な。
there she is.
シモンズだ。また話ができて嬉しい限り。こちらはいろいろあってね。公安から DSAT に転属させられたり、そこでデジモンを排除するための兵器開発を命じられたりな。
Which was that giant robot?
排除
And it is looking even more like a kaiju movie.
もちろん私は拒否したよ。そんなもの、美しさとかけらもない。私が尊敬する結城博士は
Finding on spectral cable seems quite dangerous, and up until now it was only Aigomon that could crawl on vents like that. Suddenly everybody can do it.
この国の人間なら説明不要だろう。私が最も尊敬する人物だ。だから公安もやめて、今は以前より大きな対象を追求している。この世界の断り
I am thinking of that Godzilla movie where Mecha Godzilla is is a kind of good monster because it's built by mankind to fight Godzilla and has a human pilot.
私の研究スペースも今はそこにあるんだ。久しぶりに会って話をしようじゃないか。
私が着ている特殊スーツを作ったのも彼女です。デザインの好みはとことん合いませんけど、思いは一緒です。私たちの古巣は間違っている。それを見て見ぬふりはできない。
Why I don't share her taste in fashion? Did she also change wardrobe? I'm curious.
あなたたちにはぜひそれを手伝ってほしいのです。私についてきてください。リベリオンビレッジへ案内します。
And there he is, but no new information here. How does it look like you're riding a Blimpmon? Yeah, and with Locomo, it also looks kind of like this. You would think that your character would get inside the vehicle Digimon, but I guess they're too small. I mean, you have them at least. Oh, it's an actual town in the sewers. Interlarge Merukimon did the Swayze digital world like merging with the human world. This is actually the central town. Everybody looks really sad.
Digimon が
I thought we'd have to just revisit every area from the digital world before, but if there are actually
彼女はこの先にいるはずです。
new versions fused with the human world, it's going to be a lot more interesting. There is a theater portal. When I was off-stream during this week, I was leaving a lot of Digimon to train the farm and letting the game idle to adjust their personalities to their next evolution, so I won't have to do that later. You just sell food, what do you have? And finally have access to the blacksmith again. With some new farm items, which would have been nice to have just during the week. Make training easier, but now I'm mostly done with it. I'll say a lot of decorations I don't seen before. A floral panel toilet. Oh, this is a Tenmon. It's a really obscure Digimon which I think only showed up in one game. It had more colors in this. It's like a bronze statue, but it looks just like him. Well, not that we are at the sewers, but the Doraemon have better food than they had in the central town where they were eating out of the trash. At least they are having a better time. A fairy got parents reference? Not that I know of. Where did I have to head again? I had seen a blue portal in the cutscene, which should be an outer dungeon. That one over there, but I think you can't get to it yet. Everybody looks depressed now. I might need those. I needed more like AoE buffs and debuffs, which they still aren't selling.
Yes.
And I equipped most of the team with new attachments a while back, so I don't need more yet. Unless you should go see Dr. Simmons for now. Are they both in here?
これは8年ぶりか。久しいな。白木くんからも話は聞いただろ。公安組織はクレミ隊長が大怪我で引退した後変貌した。品性を失った我が古巣にはヘドが出るような思いだ。私はデジモンと共存する道を模索したいと考えた。交流を深めていく中で8年前の君たちの活動を知ったよ。そして忽然と姿を消した。
Yeah, it's the same outfit, but she is looking different.
たちも心配していたぞ。教えてくれ。君たちはこの8
So
年
turns out she is not Digimon like I was theorizing before.
なるほどなるほど、時間転移か。まるでエージェントアルファだな。
確かにアニメ後半のストーリーはタイムスリップの謎に挑む展開だった。というかそもそも
Mas serão TV on your home country to end, and it have a much worse opening soon.
無論だ。あんな素晴らしい作品はない。劇中に出てくるガジェットの数々はもはや芸術だ。我が母国では実写リメイクされたほどだ。その実写リメイク版に
Oh, they did a live action remake. Interesting. That hasn't happened to Digimon yet.
何を隠そう、その格好に似せたのが彼女のスーツだ。
ジロジロ見ないでください。恥ずかしい。
Although live action remake is probably a dig at those usually being terrible, but we did have a Detective Pikachu some years ago, and that was pretty decent. And it's weird that that movie was very successful in there, then they never did it again. They could try a Digimon live action.
エージェントアルファはよく見ていたけど、こんなキャラクターもいたんだ。
実写リメイク版は不評だったからな。私はこよなく愛しているが、いや、それにしても素晴らしい素晴らしい。二人並ぶとまるで本編のシーンを切り取ったみたいだな。
確かにエージェントさんの格好も主人公に似てるから。
Oh, does
エ
it?
ージェントアルファはヒーローだった。我がフラスは
It's so funny how no part of the game accounts for the fact you can change your
少
outfit.
し話がそれてしまったが、君たちの8年間を聞いて私なりの見解を伝えよう。未来はいくつかに分岐しているように思える。
Does anybody ever punch or otherwise hit a Pokemon in Detective Pikachu? I don't remember.
君たちが時間転移したこと、それ自体が世界を枝分かれさせた要因かもしれない。世界が異なると言っても歴史は大筋で同じ経緯をたどっている。その証拠に世界崩壊はデジモンの構想がきっかけと言っていたな。それは今まさに進行中だ。戦時中と言っても過言ではない。詳細はデジモンたちから直接聞くといい。この集落の長が君たちに会いたがっていたしな。
I watched it and I thought it was okay. If you like Pokemon, it's a good enough movie.
メルクリモン。
博士から聞いていたぞ。久しいな。
Also, I need to hydrate and I wonder if I can do this without my model
どうしたの？
freaking out. Let's
なん
try
で
it
こっち
out.
の世界に？
タイタン族との争いに敗れたのだ。他に逃げ場もなく、仲間たちと共にここへ落ち延びた。あちらに残ったデジモンたちと連絡を取ることもできず、安否すら伝え合うこともできない低たらくだ。
そうなんだ。こっちで暮らすの大変じゃない？
ああ、我々を敵視する人
Yeah,
間
if I do it slowly, it works.
少なくない被害を受けているのも事実。
どうしてこんなことになっちゃっているの？
正直に言えば人間たちの考えはわからない。もちろんお前たちのようにデジモンと共に歩める者がいることを知っているが、多くの人間がそれを望んでいないということらしい。
争ったって得るものなんか失うものの方がずっと多いのに。
そうかもしれん。しかし実際問題として我々は2つの敵と相対している。どちらとも戦わねば未来が描けない。 己の生存をかけてこの苦境に抗わねば。
どうやら状況はのっぴきならないものになっているようだな。私のいる世界とそちらでは歴史や経緯が異なるようだが、おそらく一つだけ変わらないことがある。新宿インフェルノは
If Digimon became real like what's happening here, what would happen to the Pokemon franchise?
その渦中に
Would it tank before because everybody starts hating
その
monster
三
characters?
平の停戦のために全力を尽くせ。断言してもいい。それが世界の終わりを防ぐ唯一の方法だ。
なんだ。
なんとか戦わずに済む道はない？
我らも傷つき
They would show the real Digimon, you know what? They actually would try it.
失ったものを取り戻す戦いだ。私が戦うなと言っても簡単には納得しないだろう。だから無条件にというわけにはいかない。全てを取り戻したいとは言わない。せめて支配された主要な集落だけでも解放させたい。それが話し合いで済めば言うことはないが、一部でもタイタン族の撤退が確認できれば停戦を検討できるかもしれない。
うん、そうだね。タイタン族に支配された集落の解放、今すぐあっちに向かおう。
まずはタイタン族と話し合わなきゃ。戦わないで済むならそれがいいもん。
But a lot of the Titans can't even speak at all, can't they?
確かにそうなってくれることを願う。ゲートはまだ通じている。しかしもう8年前とは違う。くれぐれも気をつけるようにな。
I think a lot of these Digimon were in the used to be in the tavern. There's a what I assume is a bot on the chat, but Twitch filtered it out. Now you can check out that
デジ
portal.
モンたちの世界と我々の世界につなぐ
Yeah, the Digimon was a waitress.
実に興味深い。基本的には閉じられているのが正しい姿で、以前まではそれで世界の均衡が保たれていた。それがある時を境に常に解放されるようになる。少なくとも目の前のこのゲートは以前まで存在してなかったはずだ。もしかするとゲートを管理している存在に何かあったのかもしれないな。
ゲートの管理ってことはいるの？
他のデジモンたちはどうしているのかな。
向こうへ行って確かめてみよう。
こちらから連絡があればデジラインで送る。ID を交換させてくれ。
And you are totally the Black Catmon from the past, right? Yeah. Your partner.
あ、待ってくれ。
どうしたの？
デジタルワールドに行くならもう一つ頼まれてくれないだろうか。タイタン族の侵攻後もいくつかの町は残っているらしいのだが、セントラルタウンに医術に長けたデジモンがいると聞いた。
そのデジモンがどうしたの？
そのデジモンは患者を選ばないそうだ。 タイタン族だろうと構わず治療を施すというその腕前をぜひ振るってもらいたいものが
Jonomon could be Simon's partner if she wasn't evil.
直してほしいデジモンがいるってこと？
ああ、メルクリモン様だ。兵装を装っていらっしゃる。
Shamon,
あなたがここまでに負った傷は深い。頼む。
good guess it. They might be talking about
そのデジ
her.
モンを探してみる。
すまない。ありがとう。
前にも来た場所。ここはそこまで変わってなさそう。
I just hope everywhere else is the same. I hope it's not, because I would like to see different maps.
8年も経ったなんて信じられないや。
支配されている集落の状況を確認して、タイタン族と交渉できるか調べないと。
それと医術に詳しいデジモンも探さないとね。情報を集めるために町の酒場に行ってみようか。
うん。話し合いができるといいな。傷つけ合っても誰も幸せにならないもの。
And they keep talking about making peace, but I bet there's going to be a lot of fighting from now on. So here's an update in my Digimon. I have raised 2 newcomers. So this is Mac Galgamon and this is Embarmon. And I had said before that I was in need of more data Digimon, and they both happen to be data, so that's a good thing. Also, some of my other Digimon have evolved, and I've named some of my own Digimon. So here's Sauser the Gromon, Sui the Hisiariumon, and Laurentia the Lilymon. I also had to cycle Carmilla, that is evolve her back to Gizmon and to Lunamon again, because she had hit her level cap. And had to do this to raise it. There is some pretty good art of Inori and Eigomon.
ここがセントラルタウン？みんなタイタン族？
Okay, I love how the presence of the Titans, how they are so evil that their presence causes the weather to become cloudy. Out of their raw evil energy. One thing about pretty fun about Digimon Dawn and Dusk in the Switch, I otherwise don't like when game RPGs have dual versions like this. It's a bad practice that Pokemon introduced and other franchises just started copying. But if you play Digimon World Dusk, in your kind of Tamer town, you will see a lot of the Digimon who are usually evil as friendly NPCs, like all these sort of Digimon. I already talked to you. I usually end up making a lot of evil Digimon, so I guess I also like him a lot. Wait, what? I got some just info for you. There's a new Lady Devimon who just got hired at the tavern. This isn't your average run of the mill Lady Devimon. This one's way more foxy. Lady Mon there before was alright, but she couldn't hand a candle to this Lady Devimon. Lamuros in high pain. Where was the tavern again? Oh, they let the ex-Tyrannomon stay. So not everybody was kicked out. Ah, there's that bot again. Let me ban it. I'd thought the Titans to be terrifying. Some exploited the labor of Digimon. They hired them under unfair conditions and make them work in poor environments. Humans also do that to Mechanorimon. Hey, let's head to the objective or I'll be here the whole day.
やっぱり街の中と同じか。タイタン族に話を聞いてもらえるかな。
やるだけやってみよう。話しかけるだけで喧嘩になりそうだった。
どうしようか。
Yeah, you could have shown it.
はじめまして。あなたたち見かけない顔ね。どこから来たの？何よ、そんなに驚かなくていいでしょ。私ラーナも今日は一人で飲んでるから話し相手を探してたの。
That's enough does doing here.
僕たちは
I actually knew she'd show up at some point in the story, but I thought it would unreal whenever you revisit the Abyss area.
交渉か。あとデジモン探しと。そんなの急に言われてもわかるわけないじゃない。だけどちょっとくらいなら手伝ってもいいわよ。
本当？
タイタン族の中にもね、今のギスギスした空気が好きじゃないやつもいる。楽しく生きられたらそれだけでいいってね。例えば私なんかそう、毎日こうやって楽しくおしゃべりできたらそれでいいの。
タイタン族もみんな同じってわけじゃないのね。
当たり前でしょ。っていうか喋っていて感じたんだけど、 あんたたちに足りないのはタイタン族に対する知識じゃない？タイタン族が支配した地域の解放なんてそんな簡単に行くわけないでしょ。私は興味ないけど、それなりに理由があって攻めたんだから。今のデジタルワールドがどうなっているか、もう少し見て回ることをおすすめするわ。
見て回るか。それならロコモン鉄道で。
残念、鉄道なら動いてないわよ。ほら、やっぱり知識不足よ。動力源であるファクトリアルエリアが様変わりしちゃったからね。
そうなんだ。
移動手段なら知り合いを紹介してあげるわ。あいつにお願いすれば多分大丈夫。
Oh, it's not the same blimp was before.
マスターブリンプモン、話をしたけど
The only pass was the brown one.
ありがとう。
Also, there was like side quests where Coronamon and Lunamon go somewhere in the Blimpom and they never came back, did they?
私ね、タイタン族の中でも穏健派って呼ばれるデジモンたちをまとめているの。覚えておいて。争いをやめたいと思ってるタイタン族も少なくないって。
So we're not even allowed to walk around the bar. It's just a cutscene.
こだわらない。だから交渉がうまくいくといいわね。
ラーナモンみたいなデジモンがいるなんて思いもしなかった。ラーナモンの言う通り、今のデジタルワールドのことをもっと知らなくちゃ。
そういえば技術に詳しいデジモンを探してるって言ってたわよね。それ少し心当たりがあって。海沿いの集落にいるかもしれないわ。
Village by the sea with this Shaw
実
Mountain.
は私も今からあっちの方に用事があるから一緒に行ってみる？
ありがとう。
言ったでしょ、タイタン族にも穏健派がいるって。それじゃあ行きましょう。
Are they also making us travel right away? I want to go back to the pub and look around.
出発。
It's suddenly being very strongly railroaded here. Wait, what?
Hi, 到着。
It's the same as in the central town, so Titans are so evil that their collective presence makes the surrounding environment also evil.
デジタルワールドの資源だったはず。争いの発端が資源の奪い合いだとするなら、一筋縄ではいかないかもしれん。人間世界の紛争も多くが資源を理由に勃発している。
タイタン族は見当たらなさそう。シェルモンが頑張ってるからかな。
でもみんな元気がないね。
シェルモンに話を聞かないと。
早く行こう。
Okay, finally. How long was that sequence? And I bet it's just another cutscene once I get to that point. What?
お邪魔するわね、シェルモン。
あなたくらいよ。昔の呼び方をやめない。
Why were you referring to her as Shalmon then?
そちらの方たちは
まさか君があの時のシェルモン？
まさかあなたたちは
That's a plot twist.
あなたたちもいろいろあったのね。
I knew Venusmon would appear at some point because she's part of
あ
the
なたたちが探している
O12.
医術に長けたデジモン。多分私のことだと思う。
But I thought Shalmon would just be a mostly inconsequential NPC just for that part of the story.
ほら、話が早いって言ったでしょ。多分彼女じゃないかなって思っていたの。あちこちから彼女の医術を頼ってデジモンがやってきてる。その中にはタイタン族もいた。例えば私みたいにね。私がタイタン族なのにこうやって振る舞っているのはあなたが治療してくれたおかげ。誰でも分け隔てなく。
懐かしい話ね。あなたはまだその頃の呼び方をする。
ウェヌスモンにメルクリモンを見てほしいんだ。体の傷が悪いらしくて、彼は今人間世界にいる。
それは心配ね。でも私がここを離れるなんて今の状況だと想像できないわ。一時停戦の約束を交わしているのだけど、その期限がもうすぐに迫っていて。
それならこれで問題が解決するかもね。はい、頼まれてたもの、極上品よ。和睦の証にプレゼントなんてあなたも考えたわね。あとはこれをタイタン族のところに届けるだけ。
Oh, is it because Venusmon holds a shell in her hand?
そうだ。
A
この
good
人
one,
たちに
Digimon.
やってもらうのはどうかな。私
Also, Shalmon can actually evolve into
まあ
Venusmon in this game, so that that's a potential way you could figure that
道
out.
中何かあっても大丈夫そう。
どうしよう。行こう。
この辺りのタイタン族なら大丈夫。今は襲ってこないはず。一時停戦の期限はまだ過ぎてないから。
それじゃあ行ってくるね、ウェヌスモン。
I haven't reached the point of getting Mega Digimon, and I don't think I'm close to it either. I need Ancient rank 7. And I currently still at 5 with a lot of points left. I have, however, I think unlocked the evolution of the evolution nodes in all of the personalities, so long as I align a Digimon with the personality of their evolution, which admittedly is a kind of boring process, it's now a lot cheaper to evolve. Like You don't even have to try to raise their stats anymore. It's all about matching their personalities. So most of my main party is actually ready to evolve to Mega. I just hit the rank now. I need some more points to unlock this node. I haven't even seen what to why do Digimon show up here. Are they different from in the past? Yes, they are. There is a Raremon in the water. We're going to have this routine with every NPC we meet again, aren't we? And I think this the cloud weather is probably pollution, then it's not just the weather looks bad because things are evil now. Underwater still looks blue though. The factory are wasted, might be. Finally, we on 1 hour into the stream, finally getting to a battle. That was like a unusually slow pace for how this game has been up until this point. I hope you are done with it. What does your special skill look like? Oh, he takes recoil damage. Yeah, and it's not a lot of damage, but Devastator is supposed to be a tank anyway. He's not actually supposed to be fighting. And I had him because I wanted to see his animations, but he's still mostly for boss fights. And I really need a way to reverse his type, because he's not going to do well with against virus bosses, who happen to be most of them. And I just obliterate that Squirpamon. Oh, this is a good skill. Still said he can't get carried by Digimon ladies, so tell me about it. There is a peculiar riding animation with a shiny Greymon, which I saw in a screenshot where he extends out one arm and actually holds you by your butt as you sit on his hand. Why can't the Digimon ladies do that? Laurentia is behind on stats because she used to be a fodder, but I gave her some equipment to make her intelligence higher. So she should be decent now. I wanna get Princess card the same. Oh, what was that? You saw it, right? There was a giant sea monster back there. Something moving. Not a lot of virus Digimon showing up here now, surprisingly. It's 2 datas and 1 vaccine. Oh, I had to test this out, so... Usually Saucer's skill, special skill using Immobilize for 1 turn. I gave him equipment that makes him immune to paralysis and immobilizing, but I wonder if it actually works with this skill. No, it doesn't. It still takes the immobilization. So there are quite a few vaccine and data enemies. I want to use a bit little bit as well. Oh, there it is again, and yeah, it is a Skull Sidramon. A little poison doesn't scare me. Careful not to let beauty lead you astray.
行くわよライラッシャワー。行くよクラウカ
やるよスタンディードブロー。やった。
すまないみんな。リート準備完了。
We are now starting to see more ultimate Digimon as random encounters.
行くわよライラッシャワー。行くよクラウカ
はあスタンディードブロー。
よっしゃ。
そこだ。
There's a lot to explore on that right off, but for the sake of moving forward in the story, we had straight with the objective now.
よし。
待っていのり。
I hope the boss doesn't show up now because I didn't prepare for it.
この
タイタン族襲ってこないんじゃなかったの？
話が違う。でもやるしかないよ。
発動可能。
Wait, what?
最近ここで悪さしとるやっちゃ。みんなこいつに困っとる言うとってな。あんたらおるし駅かいや。久しぶりに暴れたろかい。ここらでガチコン言わしたるさかいな。ちょっとおとなしいして
We're
もらおうか。
fighting his Rian. Oh, and I took a city out of the party. I was gonna say that I could at least try to character reverse this Consideramon because a city has that ability. And then Laurentian did it could be strong against him.
頼んだ。
Actually, I might just reload the save and change my party. I don't even have anything about the healer. It's got a physical counter.
カウンターに気をつけて。魔法攻撃です。
There is no consumable that reverses type eater, is there?
頼んだ。
やるよスタンディードブロー。
Alright, I forgot about this counter. So Shirin also can't do much because his intelligence I don't think is really high.
大丈夫か。
やった。
Also, what that attack was magical. I forgot. One thing I don't like about this game is that the bosses really come at you unannounced like this. For example, I think that in most of or am I remembering it wrong as well? I think in Dragon Quest monsters you usually got to have a look at what you were going to fight before the fight started, so you could change up your thing accordingly. Is he leaving?
しっかり効いてるみたい。次は魔法が効きにくい。あいつが苦手な属性物理攻撃を集中しよう。
I'm learning now that I have to teach reversal to more of my party members. And maybe healing as well. I mean, I think one of these two can heal, but they both can get one shot by the boss. Actually, both of them can heal. I should have used cross sight there because he's about to move twice in a row. Yeah, Carmela is level 12. Oh wait, is Carmilla immune to water attacks? What was that? Oh yeah, he's reacting magic now, not physical. This isn't going to work. Is there a way to reload without out F4ing out of the game? I'm definitely not going to be able to... Oh, you can. Just so to give up. I should be doing this more often then. Oh, I didn't save since I was in the Tither. I almost lost an hour of progress. Wow. Okay, so Virus Boss, she's not changing type or anything. I see a seed that can help with Soul Chopper. Elias is going to be really good for healing, especially now that she has an AoE healing spell. Like I was predicting, I can't really use Devastate as I think because it's data type. Carmilla, as it turns out, is apparently immune to... Oh, I see it now. I had never noticed this, but hearing here elemental resistance, it has an X on water. When you say triangle, that means the Digimon resist that element, but this apparently means she's completely immune to water attacks. That's good to know. And he starts with physical immunity, so I have Yuki, eles ainda decidem onde em frontline. So here's a tip: save often whenever you feel like a boss is coming soon. And when you see what the boss is, you can give up, reload the save, and actually set up an optional party to fight him. Nice. In one attack, Acida has done more damage than my entire party could do in my previous attempt before I gave up. I will miss this skill once he evolves and will probably not have it anymore. I haven't used this movie in ages, but now Aegamon's back to tank duty. We might kill him before he decides to show his side. Oh, Soul Chopper is not actually considered physical or magical, so it should still work. Nice. And it's still a ton of damage. Luckily, I actually stocked up on revival capsules this time. Also, while using Suya Sini, I found out that he's actually really strong now. Let's see if it checks out against this boss. Igamon can't heal because he's with injury. Nice. A Cida doesn't have type advantage against the boss and he's still the main DPS. Now by switching another physical attacker. And now that everybody's a physical attacker can use this. Digimon has an AoE attack buff. Really, I think I could have a Cida be the sole DPS against a boss and have everybody else be healers and tanks to keeping alive. And I'm kinda indiscriminately using this because I have this much higher tier healing item that I got from farming outer dungeons. It's an AoE full HP and SP heal. Oh, he interrupted my turn.
体を乗り上げてきた。一気に勝負を決めようとしている。口から見える核のようなものを狙って、あそこから強い力を感じるよ。
So now we go all out, right?
クラスアーツ発射。
And he's not immune to anything anymore. Oh, I see that's out of SP to use a soul chopper. Yuki can effectively hit him twice because he came for both of the segments. Oh, he's already done. I wasn't even paying attention to his actual health bar, I was looking at the charge bar.
Inori, agent, 急ごう。こんな奴が他にもいるかもしれない。
やっぱり話し合いだけじゃダメなのかな。
See the difference that a better party composition makes. Like I said, I'll do this more often, like give up from a boss and reload to optimize my party. And I'm taking a short break now. I'll see you in a minute. Hi there. But you humans are greedy, says Yuki. Anyway, but now I have to re-add some type variety to my party. Should I try using these two by now? The boss is just a pet, do you have to fight into? I love how this area looks. We didn't get to come here last time.
Yes.
There's Neptune.
タイタン族ではないようだが。
僕たちは里に頼まれた使者だよ。和睦の証にこれを届けに来たんだ。
おめえたちはあの時の俺だ。8年前おめえたちに会った
Oh, his Divermon. Again, I got off guard. Both of them turned out to be so much more important than I thought they would be. Hi there, Night Cerberus. Most of the stream's runtime so far has been cutscenes. We had like a couple random battles and one boss, and the rest was all cutscenes. So that was what the red cloth around that Divermon was reference to. So it was foreshadowing that it would become Neptunemon. I would have never count on that.
たびたび手打ちの使者を送っていたんだが期限が近づいても返事が返ってこねえんでどうしたもんかと思ってたのさ。
ねえ、それってもしかして
僕たちに襲いかかったやつが関係してるのかも。
おめえたちこの後はどうするんだ？里に戻るんなら頼みてえことがある。
シェルモンが巻いてくれたスカーフずっと持っていたのね。
And we're still calling her
シェル
Shaman.
モンに返してほしい。そして伝えちゃくれないか。
Everybody still calls her Shaman. It must get annoying for her.
全力を尽くすってな。
わかった。必ず届ける。
ああ、頼んだぜ。
I ate arrows next. So he's not rideable, right? For some reason he's not. I wonder if I actually get anything from playing the card game, which I've played like once and ignored it so far. I think I only get 2 more cards. Yeah, Galgamon is rideable. Oops, not you. I pretty much always make a Galgamon line when I play Digimon, because when I was a kid, Galgamon used to be my favorite, and because Galgamon was basically Galgamon again, I also liked him. I am now realizing that there was another way that the game foreshadowed this, that like Shaman would become Venusmon and Divermon would become Neptunemon. And if it's about the anime short they posted like about a week after the game came out. So at the end of that animation they show some quick shots of not everyone, but several of the Olympus 12 Digimon. So there's like a shot of Merukimon and Volcanamon. There's Minervamon, Coronamon, Delunamon together in one. And Bacchusmon as well. And in the middle of these shots there's one of Shalmon and one of Divermon in the Abyss area. And at the time you would think, well, why are these 2 much less important NPCs in the middle of this? It was because they were part of the Olympus 12 all this time. Like, if you rewatch this short now, you will pick up on that. What's up? Oh, it's because she healed the Digimon who turned out to be a Titan leader, and that made the filter worse, right? Yeah, the gift was a poison, and that was already a bit suspect, because Lanamon gave me that right. First she was being too nice and she is usually an evil Digimon. She surely was in the anime. And we just made everything worse.
どうなっているの？あのワインを飲んだはずじゃ。まさか海を汚していたのはタイタン族じゃない。
In Small is the O12 member who specializes in healing. Yeah, and she holds a shell all the time, so there is another hint that Shamon would become her. I haven't seen this one in a while. We're in the theater again. I had almost forgot about at the end of last stream we briefly visited the theater and we like got into a room where there were some kids having a tea party or something. They told us to go away. Are finding out more about that now?
その先に行くなという未来からの声が時を歪ませた。本来は近畿に近い能力だけれど、今回は例外。ビップルームへ行けば説明があるはずよ。まだ眠ったままなんだよ。困っちゃってね。気脈ってやつが元に戻れば起きるんだろう。
I said this before, but again, King Dresso reminds me so much of a character from a visual novel I like. This sounds just like her.
とはいえ、このまま放ってはおけないし。だって仮に3つのうちの1つがなくなったりしたらバランスが悪いでしょ。
以前からホメロスが準備させていたものがある。本人は寝ちゃったけど、ミレイに聞いてみてほしい。
ホメロスが起きてたらこう言うんじゃないかな。君の中にある力で世界を救えって。ではシアターへどうぞ。すぐに上映を開始するわ。
The theater actually could already get into it, but there's nothing to do in that room.
あなたの中に眠る力が開眼した。アカシックビジョン。それを見越してホメロス様がこのシアターを用意していたわ。百聞は一見にしかず。さあどうぞ。海辺の集落。
Oh, more backstory.
その外れで暮らすシェルモンはある日傷ついたハンギョモンを助けます。ハンギョモンは敵対するタイタン族でしたが、シェルモンの優しさに心を許し、二人は次第に仲を深めていきました。しかし他のタイタン族の軍勢が容赦なく集落を襲い、シェルモンもその住処を追われてしまいます。悲しみ涙するシェルモンのため、ハンギョモンは同族であるタイタン族に立ち向かい、集落から軍勢を追い返したのでした。かつてシェルモンに命を救われたハンギョモンは成長し、見違えた姿となって海の支配者ネプトゥーンモンと呼ばれるようになりました。その頃海の集落にあるデジモンが現れます。
ネプトゥーン門は気づきませんでした。そのウェヌスモンという名のデジモンが命の恩人であるシェルモンの成長した姿であることに。ウェヌスモンはネプトゥーン門が自分たちの海を奪った憎むべきタイタン族だと思い込み、毒を持ってしまいます。毒入りのワインを口にして息絶えるネプトゥーン門。真実を知ったウェヌスモンは悲嘆の淵に沈み、自責の念で心が壊れてしまいます。時を同じくして美しかった海には毒が広がり、誰も近づくことのできない死の海となってしまいました。果たして一連の悲劇は
But then was Neptunemon evil? Did he drive the Titans to invade the Abyss Sarah's town? They did say that like the red water is somebody else's fault, not his.
あなたはその脚本へ干渉することができる。この力は歴史の転換点で発生するわ。黒い影の出現がその合図となるはず。あれは別の未来を求める思念であり、得意点そのものと表現してもいい。命を失ったデジモンはあなたにとって、いえ、
We'll go back in time to stop him from dying, started.
特別な意味を持っていたよね。悲劇の脚本をその手で書き換えなさい。それがデジタルワールド、イリアスの管理者ホメロス様の意志。
So was poisoning actually Venusmon's idea? I was saying it was Lanamon's fault before. Maybe it wasn't then?
ちょっと待って、見てよ、海の方を。赤い霧がまだ出ていない。元に戻ってるってこと？
No drop of red inside it. It looks right to me.
デジモンたちに話を聞いてみましょう。
Wait, did he say no drop of red in sight? Yeah, I think that was a mistranslation then. This is where there was a little Marine Digimon idol singer. It was pretty cute.
何を驚いているの？急に血相を変えて。それよりワインは？
実は
これからアビスエリアが壊滅？ワインに毒？それを私に信じろというの？
信じられないよね。 私だってまだ信じられないもん。
もちろんあなたたちが嘘をつくとは思えないし、その話に一つだけ確かなことがあります。ワインの毒。正確にはしびれ薬。
Say sedative.
私しか解毒薬を持っていません。交渉材料になると思って。だから命を奪うつもりなんてなかった。
確かに死んじゃったら交渉できないものね。
念のためワインを回収しましょう。
急いでネプトゥーン門のところへ行こう。
So I guess somebody.
ワインを飲んでなければいいけど。
今回は私も一緒に行きます。
Poisoned the wine. That wasn't Venus mo.
十分理解しましたから。
Where's Almond? Probably putting poison in the wine. If they get away, we do have a master bomb of our own. But he can only take one person at a time. He's very small.
これは毒です。致死性の高い。
どういう。
信じたくはないけど、私は騙されていたみたい。
見たわね。
嘘でしょ。あんなに親切にしてくれたのに。
ええ、親切にしたわ。だってあなたたちは大切なカモだもの。
You guys are my precious suckers.
私も騙していたの？
ええ、嘘よ。
That would have been funnier if she was
これまで
Kalmaramo.
私が発した言葉のすべてがね。確かに私はタイタン族の恩恵派。野蛮な戦いは心底嫌い。だから戦わずして相手を屈服させるべきだと言ってるだけ。こういう毒を使ってね。正体がバレたからには生きては返せないわ。
Oh, again, the game blindsided me with a boss fight. But now I know that if things go south, I can just give up and reload the save and recompose my party. And I did this the very first time I used Makalgamon. Action class. It's weird that Gaelion has a spirit reduction skill. I don't remember if I taught this to him or if it was his learn set. But doesn't make sense on Gaelion because he only uses physical attacks. I have to replace this later. Spirit is your magical defense. Also, her voice line sounds much more evil than my Lanamon when she was mainstream. If other bosses also have had a voice line difference like this, I hadn't noticed. Want to know? Oh, nice. So you does a lot of damage with if you stack some buffs. Yeah, this Kosi Dramon, I think, didn't have a voice at all. It was just monster noises, right? Did he speak at all? Also, I think Rain String is not an AoE skill when my Lanamon uses it. And I can actually bring her out now to check that out. And Barmon is also debuting in a boss fight. Oh, it's just like a Shiren skill. Just a dark version of it. Yeah, Rain String is usually a single target skill. And because it's another Lanamon, she's also immune to water. Oh, nice Jazzy dispel. Artist, nope. I couldn't stun lock the boss this time. And there's something I've been forgetting that I can do now. I think you should be able to do it during battle. But I don't know where you go to do it. It was possible to... Oh, here, you go down Digivolution and choose to evolve into Aigyo Shuzmo. And it makes a world of difference. Carmela takes no damage at all from the mainstream. I can take comfort that the rest of my party can be down, but Carmela is never going to die in this boss fight. I think Gillis is going to be essential in every boss fight from now. Her aura is so useful.
ありがとう。
レインストリーム。レインストリーム。よっ。
I don't need to revive anybody anymore. Like, I think the only way this Lamon can damage Carmilla is by poison damage, which is very little per turn. I could just have Carmilla solo her, although it would take a pretty long time.
うるさいわね。あんたのその優しさ、ずっと虫唾が走っていた。この程度ではタイタン族の怨念は尽きないわ。タイタン族にかけられた黒の門の呪縛、そのせいで辺境の地へ追いやられた。あんたたちが気脈の恵みを浪費して楽しくやっている間、どれだけ惨めな思いをしていたか、絶対に思い知らせてやる。
She will be back, and I bet it's going to be as a Kalmaramon.
タイタン族はかつて大罪を犯し罰を受けたとされています。彼らの先祖はイリアスを支配しようとして英雄黒の門に地の底へ追いやられたと。彼らが気脈を狙うのは彼らの住む地域にそれがほとんどないからです。でもまさかラーナモンまで。どうやらあなたたちの言っていたことは正しかった。
信じてもらえてよかった。
未来が分かったとなればなおさら止めねばならないわ、この先の悲劇を。
ラーナモンはこのマスターブリンプモンでどこへ向かうつもりだったのかしら。
By the way, where did she head to? Because we were already in mid-travel, right? Did she leap out of the blink moment into the water below?
早くネプトゥーン門のところへ行かないと間に合わなくなっちゃうよ。
そうですね。マスターブリンプも引き返して。
Bored Dwamon, we're going down again.
ここで私の親友を呼び出してください。ホラ貝を持っていますね。
あんたら前に送らなかったっけ？記憶が曖昧だほえ。まあいいや、送っていくほえ。どちらまで？
ネプトゥーン門のところまで。急いで。お願い。ほ
え？メヌスモン様には考えがあるほえね。乗るほえ？
Oh, the game will wipe me straight to his domain. What type is Neptunemon, just in case you have to fight him?
待って。
お前たちは。
よかった。間に合って本当に。
不思議だな。姿は全く違うのに。
ええ、久しぶりね。
あの日からずっとこの時のために生きてきた。伝えられなかったこの言葉を届けるために。あの時は兄が。
なんで邪魔するのよ。もう少しだったのに。せっかくうまくいきそうだったのに。邪魔をするな。
I knew she'd be back, but I didn't think it would be this soon.
なんでわざわざ私たちに近づいたの？
タイタン族は力こそが全て。私はそれでは一番にはなれない。初めて周りに評価されたのは人間を騙した時だった。8年前の人間たちとの戦い、向こうのリーダーを騙してやったわ。
Vaccine, it would be nice to have a vaccine boss for a change. All my data Digimon have to take a backseat whenever there is a boss, because it's always a virus.
油断したところを襲ってやったわ。
隊長ってまさかお父さんと同期って言っていたクレミさん？
人間を騙すの私の生きる道。あの時の成功でこの力を授けてもらった。
Yeah, I was gonna say I should have kept Carmilla in the party, but Kalmaramon has some non-lateral attacks, so she won't be invincible anymore. Yeah, let's open with a Chakras. Oh, Neptunemon is in the fight. Nice. Love you. Yeah, that went by a bit fast, but Venusmon has a skill called Love You, and Kamaramon has one called Ha Ha Ha, which I kinda wish mine had.
私が送られたあの方の密命によってね。ネプトゥーンモンともどもアビスエリアを潰す。あんたたちに声をかけたのはあんたたちが人間だったから。それだけよ。人間を騙して今の地位と力を得た。私にとっての最大の成功体験。まんまと利用してやったわ。やめられないのよ。
Can you stop laughing like that before I fall in love with you? I already like your victory animation a lot. That really caught me off guard last time. Now I wish I still had Carmilla with me. She's not weak to her. So this is Yuki's type, you're onto something. Laurentia also has some AoE heal, so I don't have to stop in Elis just yet. But she is stacking a dangerous amount of buffs, and I don't have a lot to counteract that. I really need somebody to learn AoE defense and spirit buffing skills. I can make her worse, exactly. I think Elias had this spell. She does. Does it work on a boss? Oh, right. I always forget whether this works on allies or enemies, but it's just for allies. I think there is another skill that works on enemy, but I don't know what it's called. I think Venus Mode just either debuffed her or cancelled out her buffs. And she's building up to a super, and I don't have a Cydia to obliterate the charge bar anymore. Oh, he dealt no damage. Is it immune to physical attacks? Yes, it is. If Laurentia could parar esses now, that would be great. I think I won't be able to interrupt it. Unless I can do a lot of magic damage with Elias here. Oh, nice. Nice. And she loses a turn of friend. Just a little more. Oh, wait. Okay, now the Orient should have taken down Elias as well. Nice. I've found out that bosses seems to have a lot of versions of attacks that are normally single target but become AoE when they use it. And also that Lunamon is an odd case of a monster who's really strong against herself. Because she's immune to her own element.
全部あなたが仕組んだことなの。あなたの傷を治したあの日、あなたから聞いた感謝の言葉が嘘だとは思えない。
本当は戦いたくなかった。命令されたから仕方なくやった。そういえば満足？しょうがないじゃない。タイタン族に生まれちゃったんだから、こうやって力を示さないと這い上がれない。だから誰かに優しくできるあなたが羨ましかった。この気持ちは嘘じゃない。
ラーナモンが言っていたけれど、命令を拒否し続けてくれたの。そんなことして大丈夫なわけがない。
実際ラーナモンは死角だったみたいだしね。 お前たちが姿を消したあの日、俺はこのスカーフに誓った。伝えられなかったこの言葉をいつか
Oh,
必
there's
ず
a
届ける
vocal
って。
sound now.
あの時はありがとう。本当に感謝している。
タイタン族を陥れようとしていたウェネスモンでしたが、ネプトゥーンモンの正体を知って誤解を解き、共に協力してタイタン族を撃退します。そして2人は力を合わせて海を守っていくと誓います。この海がかつての輝きを取り戻し、誰もが幸せに暮らせる美しい大海原となる日もそう遠くはないでしょう。
But we haven't fixed the red water, have we? Agamon said in the cutscene that it was not red anymore, but that was blatant gaslighting. It was clearly still red tinted.
運命の改変がなされた。これがアカシックビジョンの力。
過去を変えた。
And this was it for the Beastary revisit, which was actually faster than I thought it would be. I think it was because I kept getting slung from one place to another between cutscenes.
イリアスが危機になった時の備えであり、それはすでにあなたへ注がれている。しかし現状、その力は自動的に制限されているわ。一体のデジモンが受け止めきれる力ではないから、器を大きくするために支えてくれる同士を集めなさい。今回救ったものはそれにふさわしいはず。
There are 12 spaces on that.
あなたが救ったものはいずれイリアスの使徒となり、その絆が束となって生脈の受け皿となる。
It's 11 of them. I guess Igamon himself is not one.
制限されていた生脈の力が一部解放された。
Poseidon and Aphrodite in the water zone was sure interesting. I'm actually really impressed at how well they hid it in plain sight that Shalmon and the Divermon would become these two. And I guess that each zone I revisited would unlock one of Igamon's new forms, but I didn't think it would be in this cutscene. I thought it would happen like during battle.
断りの崩壊を防ぐにはそれしか道はない。
同志、
祈っているわ。世界を司る上位者の加護があるようにと。さあ、まずは命を救ったばかりの同志に会いに行くといいわ。
Oh, there are 11 petals and one space at the center, so it is 12 slots, and Igamon should go in the center. And now after this is complete. He can now become Egochusmon Blue, who has oh, it has its steel attacks. I thought it would be water.
確かめるのが良さそう。
We didn't actually stop any for this from happening. We just didn't kill Neptune Monk this time.
よかった。ナーナモンとの戦いの後、急に消えたから心配したんですよ。あなたたちにはなんてお礼を言っていいか。8年前からずっとお世話になりっぱなしで。
別にいらないよ、お礼なんて。だって
そうね、私たちは覚えているもの。初めて出会った時、ハンギョモンをかくまっていたあなたはこう言った。傷ついた誰かを助けるのに理由なんてない。
僕らも君と同じことをしてるだけだよ。で、ネプトゥーンモンは
海の底に戻りました。これまで通りこの辺りのタイタン族を束ねるそうです。上からの命令も無視し続けると。支配していた気脈も解放するそうです。
大丈夫かな。
私も心配ですが、だからこそ私も彼の思いに応えたい。手を取り合ってデジモン同士の争いをなくしたい。まずはせめてこのアビスエリアだけでも。
それすごくいいと思う。
この里はもう大丈夫です。だから次はあなたたちの依頼を。
そうだ、メルクリモンの方も急がないと。
メルクリモンは人間の世界にいると言っていましたね。連れて行ってもらえますか、彼のもとへ。
Back to the humor. I thought that we'd go to the factory now to address this water pollution. Assuming that's where it's coming from. Oh, it is a semi-blimpmon. It is the second time we've traveled through time. Honestly, I haven't been keeping track. We absorbed the power of the treasure. Yeah. We did it. To be more specific, Canon the main character did, but these two only did it twice so far. So once when we first go back to 8 years ago in the human world, then the digital world after, then again when we beat Titamon, we go back to the present. So it was only 2 times. Was I missing something? Because when we first traveled from the human world to the digital world, we didn't time travel, did we? It was still the same time period. And when we came back, it was also still 8 years ago.
愛義門に宿りつつある時間転移能力。これを新たな S 級アノマリーとして認定。S 級の定義は世界へ危機をもたらす非恒常性だ。わかるか？我々はそのデジモンを脅威だと認めた。 人為的な歴史改変がいかに恐ろしいか。例えば次の瞬間に誰かの存在が消えているかもしれない。今のうちから想定しておいてほしい。
We are treating Digimon like SCPs, huh? Hey, while I was still here, I wanted to have a look at the pub which the game didn't let me explore before. And there is no fast travel anymore, is there? The cow item it a good point, but meeting the Digimon world is effectively just a crop that you actually grow in the dirt. If Figama is doing that, explains why he did it in the beginning. If he did it on purpose, I'm not sure. I like all the way they depict like the Titans with their abusive work conditions. Is just like pretty average for in the real world nowadays. Also, there's that lady Devil everybody kept talking about. Treat you out to something very special today. Let's head down the manhole to another world. This is the same outer dungeon as before.
待っていたぞ、諸君。事態は目まぐるしく変わっている。
あなたたちが旅立ってすぐにメルクリモンが倒れました。
他のデジモンたちはリーダー不在で混乱気味だ。
分かったわ。すぐに連れて行ってください。メルクリモンのところへ。
The same poison. And there's a side quest. But there's not a lot of stream time left, so I'll focus on the main plot for now. And by the way, I'm actually not sure of how tomorrow's stream is going to go, because I plan to do another half Digimon half Arcanite stream, because there is a new event on Arcanites. But today especially I felt there were so many cutscenes that the plot was kinda slow to progress, and I wanted to do more of it tomorrow. And I think Vector Breakthrough is still going to be available next week anyway, in Arcanites. Like today was kind of a Digimon movie watch along with a few couple boss fights to break the pace.
メルクリモンの容体を観察しながら治療方法を探し続けています。何か分かればすぐに知らせますから。うん、分かった。僕らはすぐにギアフォレストへ向かうよ。
So there is no point hurrying to do side quests now because I need a lot of them to get enough points to be able to start evolving my Digimon to Mega. Just one side quest not gonna cut it. I need like 10, maybe even more than that.
どうなっちゃったの？バッカスモンやセイレーンモンは集落の方へ行ってみよう。
We needed Palmon to navigate here before. Do we still have her? Oh, there she is. Ah, you're just showing off now, huh? Oh, Palmon Ride Company, so it is not the same one. She made a business out of it. And here she is. 100 yen in ride. Two evolutions. I said before I had 4 evolutions. I was wrong. He has 5 of them. So there's 3 more to get. There is a treasure chest. I don't think it's in on top of this flag. What type is this Digimon?
間に合ったんだぜ。まずはこいつを片付けるぜ。
Oh, and there's Sakumo.
スーパーソニックボイス。
They're data type.
ダークネスウェーブ
Oh no, they're virus type. They are strong against it too. I was reading the UI wrong.
ホーリーアロー行くぞパワードイグニッション
Hey, it's Reg's laser blast. Nice. I always thought the Aigumon kinda looked like a Midinabi's character.
やるわカオスディグレード
やっぱりだぜ。助かったんだぜ。俺だぜ。昔はホークモンだった俺だぜ。大変なんだぜお前たち。タイタン族の奴らが集落に来たんだぜ。ピンチなんだぜ。一緒に集落に行ってほしいんだぜ。
If that's Sakamon, is this Rosemon the Palmon or the Floramon from the past? I wonder. He's not a Griffon, he's a Chimera. Yep, but we already have a Digimon called Chimeramon, so they had to compromise, I guess. Do we actually spend 100 yen every time I use this? Yes we do. I should give your money back later. Maybe when she finds out who you are. Oh, there is a Meg over there. Asking for money at a time like this, talk about cutthroat. Is there any more fodder I can get?
やるわ氷野郎。
Speaking of Kimeramo, I haven't used mining this entire stream. I'll change the party up a bit. Also, I think I'll need to convert on more Kabuto anymore. He looks big in the overall thing. When you actually start the fight, he has to shrink back down. That's not the way to the village, but there should be a chest in this platform. Yeah, nope. Wait, now that this is a business, do you think they will set up like useless travel points just to make you waste money on them? Everybody's gone. This wasn't even taken over, just drove everybody away.
まだ行っていないのは聖域の方。みんな無事でいてほしい。
Mass reading the sanctuary, boss imminent. Sharimon is still around.
さんぞ。
Out of fighting again.
腰が
Never mind. The boss got cramps and immediately folded.
おう、そうか。あの時の小僧たちじゃな。この状況、お前たちなら何とかできるかもしれん。バッカスモンはこの先じゃ。話をしてやってくれ。なんだか疲れて眠たくなってきたの。
感謝する。
That's a bit sad. I hope you can evolve and get better or something. I actually have a Charimon, but I don't know what he can evolve into. That's Grand Quagamon. Oh, this is Rosemon. And I don't know what this is. Looks a bit like Simon. Well, Simon is a champion and I don't know if he has a Mega counterpart.
バッカスモン、無事だったんだね。
ああ、これのどこが無事だってんだよ。俺以外誰もいなくなっちまった。
I can look it up on GameMate.
何があったの？
タイタン族なんかに負ける気がしなかった。
Oh, it actually is Puppetmon,
酒を
the
断った
first one.
俺に敵はいなかった。だから油断しちまったのかもな。奴らが襲ってきた時、よりによって俺は眠りこけていた。
I actually have a keychain of a Puppetmon that I got from a gachapon. It's like, it's a replica of a Digivice, but it's just made of plastic. It's not actually a functioning Digivice, and it has a 8-bit Puppetmon printed on it. Like it's the Digimon you raised.
それが何もねえんだよ。一番は時間がねえ。もうすぐ聞いてくるだろうよ。こいつがな。
まさか毒を。
なんで？
こいつは俺の刑事目だ。
Now, this was kind of foreshadowed. Some of the NPCs did talk about how
守るもんがねえと。どんだけ飲んでも味がし。
they didn't have a lot of faith on Bacchusmon as a leader because he's just drinking all day.
誰かとやるから楽しいんだ。うまいものが飲めないなら。
Party is not a party without anyone to party with. If I can't enjoy drinking, what else is left for me?
バッカスモン！
I assume you go back again to fix that, stopping from dying.
この黒い影は。
I didn't mean to activate the blush there. That was a misinput.
アビスエリアの時と同じ。それじゃあ
黒い影が現れたということは、あのデジモンの死が歴史の転換点だという証。もしかするとイリアスの死と 生脈の受け皿になり得るものだったのかもしれない。アカシックビジョンの上映開始は間もなく。シアターへどうぞ。
Seems like this will become a routine in these revisits.
悠久の森に囲まれた里の長バッカスモン。力持ちで酒好きのそのデジモンは歌が大好きなセイレーンモンや陽気な集落の民と共に楽しく暮らしていました。
They keep talking about the Akashic records, right?
圧倒的な力で返り討ちにします。その度に仲間と祝杯を挙げ
A compendium of all universal events, plots, words, emotion, and intent, ever to have occurred in the past, present, or future.
タイタン族はバッカスモンを出し抜く準備を着々と進めていたのでした。
I think in this context it's kind of like the script of how history is supposed to go. And when it deviates, we have to time travel to correct it.
集落の民を眠らせてしまいます。タイタン族の激しい攻撃によりセイレーンモンや多くの里の民が殺されてしまいました。美しかった森も荒れ果てて
I'm wondering where Junamon was between all this.
自身の愚かさを嘆き悲しんだ
Because I had the impression that she was maybe evil all along because of how she acted when she sent me away to the human world.
響かせることはありませんでした。
And so far she doesn't seem to have tried to interfere in any of these Titan invasions.
今度も時間が巻き戻ったみたいだ。
すごいよ愛嬌も。その力があれば。
Only the words from that robot uses wind magic and then use the Akashic record to turn to a phoenix. Oh, where is that from?
みんなが同じように考える。時間を操ることができれば何もかもが可能になる。君だって忘れていないはずだ。アダマスの創立メンバーである。
Oh, Super Robot
君の養
Wars.
父である結城博士は時間という断りに触れようとした結果、この世から消え去ってしまった。
Is that from an original character from that franchise or one of the crossover characters?
神の領域だ。安易に神を生み出してはならない。世界の秩序がおかしくなってしまうぞ。彼らは脅威以外の何者でもない。注意して見守れ。
Original, I see. I wonder if there's any game in this series for PC that I could check out. I assume a lot of them are only in Japanese. And I am going to end the stream, but first I wanted to show this stuff I was looking it up earlier. I talked about a Pinocchio keychain. Yeah, there's this series of gachapon toys. These are not actual Digivice Tamagotchi, they're just plastic replicas of them. And the green one is the one I have done with a Pinocchio. I have to zoom in more so you can see it. There are 7 of them. I don't remember if there are more volumes with more Digimon, but I think there are. The latest wire for PC and of English. Interesting. I'll check them out later. Anyway, I'm still not sure if tomorrow I'll be streaming a half Digimon, half Arcanites, or just Digimon again. Because now the plot is really picking up. I'll open Arcanites later and check if What was the name of the event? Vector Breakthrough will still be around next week. WF and Y if you want to know which they are. Thanks. I'll look them up on Steam. And I'm looking for somebody to raid. Preferably somebody who was not ahead in this story. Thanks, girl. See you tomorrow. Sorry to keep waiting. I'll be ending now. Thanks a lot for everybody who tuned in. Hope to see you tomorrow. Have a good night.